Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Southern Reads Podcast, the podcast where I talk about books and only books and everything book related. I'm your host, Noah May, and today I am back with an update about what has been going on, where I've been, why I haven't been posting episodes, and I'm just going to give you an update about the podcast. So, for people that don't know, I started this podcast back last year in February, March of April, or around that time of 2025. And right around that same time, I launched my other podcast, Lethal Venom. Well, Lethal Venom unexpectedly took off. It did so well that I put everything else on the back burner. I put this podcast on hold. I put the other third podcast that I do on hold and focused all of my work on Lethal Venom. Well, since then, I this year wanted to have more of a balance between all three podcasts and posts on all three podcasts. Well, today I am going to kind of give you an update about this show and where things have how things will go and what I plan. I recently came out with a website about a month or two ago that has my podcast on there for the book. This podcast is on there, and there's just a lot of good information. I'll promote that at the very end. This is my plan for the show going forward. I, I have decided to do mini series or mini book reviews for books that I've read in the past. I've read in total 37 books, so that would easily be 37 episodes that I can record. I have a script for them. I've been working kind of behind the scenes on a script for them, about 20 minutes long. And it's just going to be kind of a more mini summary of the books that I read and kind of give you my honest opinion about them and give an overview of the general plot. That is what I am planning on doing with that podcast or with those episodes. And then after that will be the more how I am wanting to do the podcast. Long form, very in depth talks about the book, just like regular book club, like how a book club would be. That's what kind of what I'm hoping and planning for. That book will start. I'm currently am reading the Hunger Games book at the moment, the newest one, Sunrise on the Reaping, and I think after that, after I'm finished with that book, we'll start with the long form book reviews after that. I can't pinpoint exactly what the next book will be for that. I have to look. But after I read Sunrise on the Reaping, I'll do kind of a brief overview of that podcast, and then the next book going forward would be more of the in depth, more long form reviews. For right now, I don't think I am going to do the young adult books that are coming out each month anymore. Those took a very long time to plan, and just depending and seeing how busy my schedule is, I that takes a lot of work, and I just don't think I have enough time to um do those. I don't so I probably am not going to do that. I definitely would like to interview authors, fellow book influencers. So that would be something that I am wanting to do in the future and would love to do is have a big mixture between interviews with up and coming authors, well known authors, which of course the well known authors will come at a later time due to the fact that I don't have a huge following on this podcast. And also, I am wanting to do kind of just fun talks with people, like regular everyday people. So that is what I am planning for right now. And then there'll also be some other book themed episodes as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's pretty much all that I can think of right now. Am doing kind of a whole revamp of my social media on Instagram, especially. That's going to be kind of revamped. I've been tempted to revamp my TikTok, but I had the TikTok for so long at this point, and I've posted so many on there from just spam posts that it would take a long time to actually edit and clean it up. So that podcast, or that TikTok will probably just stay the way it is. Um, I don't really plan on changing it in the future, so I don't know. We'll see. Um, but other than that, I think that really does cover it. I do apologize for not posting on there. I was so excited for the podcast and was so excited to do it because I don't really see a lot of podcasters on here doing these kind of podcast themed episodes and kind of overall niche other podcasts. It's more kind of just nothing I've seen. So I wanted to have like a book club format on there and, have interviews on as well as talk to people that I've met through Bookstagram and on Book Talk especially too. So that would always be something that I am always looking forward to. But yeah, that's kind of how life has been lately. It's been crazy. It's been hectic. I don't like I didn't really expect Lethal Venom to take off like it did and have that be my full-time career. But I am slowly trying to balance it out more to where I can post on here again because I do love all three of these podcasts. I'm not letting any of them go. It's just gonna be a time and a thing of finding time to post and just having that opportunity to be able to sit down and record these episodes. So, to keep updates about the podcast, a lot has changed with the format of how I do my outros now. So, do kind of bear with me because they do get a little bit uh lengthy. So, bear with me here. As I had mentioned at the big in the episode here just a little bit ago, I do have a website that I just came out with. It's called noahspodcast.com, NOAHSPODCASTS.com. Feel free to go to that website and to find everything about the podcast as well as Southern Reads. Southern Reads has its own tab and own thing on there, so feel free to go check that out. And if you're interested in learning more, um, follow me on the socials. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at southern.reads. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Noah's Podcast. I'm on Goodreads, Storygraph, Fable, and I'm on a new app called Margins now. I'll put all those links down in the description and show notes below. So I'll put links to the Goodreads, Storygraph, Fable, Margins, all those platforms so that you can actually also keep up to date about books I'm reading, and you can also check those out as well. But of course, all those links will be down there in the description box below. And again, I do appreciate you all for being understanding and patient with me during this time. Um, I really am wanting to get this podcast up and going, and I'd love to hear some of your feedback about some recommendations you have. Feel free to just contact me through the website, and I'll put all those links down below. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the podcast goes from here. We'll see what happens. Until then, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there, make good decisions, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Southern Reads.